iwradio.co.uk. Isle of Wight Radio.
Well, I actually drove in this morning, and this is my normal parking place, and I noticed immediately that there was broken glass in the space, so I parked and I looked at the car. The first thing I did was to see whether it was a member of staff, because we all have parking permits, and I found out that it wasn't. So I went in to find out what actually had happened, because I knew the nursing staff were probably aware of it. And I noticed that the car belonged to a relative of a patient who's currently with us. And my first thought was, how shocking, that somebody who's been here with, a relative overnight should have this happen to them here on the hospice car park site.
It's bad enough for this to have happened, but I suppose there's this added factor that, as you say, it's a hospice site. It's not people don't know what goes on here.
We're the only hospice on the island. We have a very high profile. Everyone knows about us and what we do, and the patients we care for. And there's no way that whoever did this would not have known that this was the hospice car park, and possibly even that a car parked overnight could well be a car belonging to a relative.
Obviously, the gentleman who owns the car has been told. What are the circumstances with him?
His car is the least of his worries at the moment. His wife is not at all well, which is why she's with us. He's been made aware of it. We obviously had to tell him. He's dealt with it as anyone would. He's got the AA to come in and sort it out. It will be taken away and fixed. It's not at all important to him. At the moment, it's really more important to us to handle the situation. And also, there will be a lot of people who will be quite outraged. People will be coming to us. We have nearly 500 volunteers. We have staff. People are going to be saying, how could this have happened here? How could anyone have done this? And that's part of what we have to deal with.
Now, just describe the sort of circumstances of the car park. It's being used as a cut through.
Yes, the car park. The majority of the car park actually belongs to the PCT, the Primary Care Trust. It's used almost totally by hospice staff and visitors to the site. We're actually very cramped for parking, but it's actually also used as a shortcut between the housing estate and for people going into town. So we see people come and go all the time through here. We're not a secure site. We don't want to be a secure site, but clearly this sort of thing can't happen again. To my knowledge, it's never happened. I've been here a long time, and this is the first incident, but it shouldn't have happened.
And as far as you're aware, they haven't taken anything, but obviously that doesn't make it any easier.
No, it doesn't. It's just the mindless, that somebody should just do this, and it could have been malicious. It could have just been something that got out of hand. Somebody threw something at someone else. It missed. We don't know the circumstances, and we never will. It's just, it shouldn't have happened, and how can we ever stop it happening again?
And what's your message if someone's listening to this and they do know what happened? What's your message?
Well, if anyone does know the circumstances, it would be good for us to know. Just, I think all we can do is just to remind people of the hospice and what we're here for.